the minor premiers, led by Jeff Tuvey. And here's Paul Vaughton with the side.
Yeah, the fullback is Shannon Nevin, Danny Moore and John Hopewate on the wings, Craig Innes and Terry Hill on the centres, Jeff Tuvey, 5'8" and captain. Craig Field gets a start in the run-on team at halfback. Lock forward is Kalella. Daniel Gartner in the second row is Steve Menzies, Mark Carroll, David Gillespie in the front row, and Jim Sedaris is hooker, coached by the great Bonzo Fulton.
Here's the team.
They've won their last 8, Ray, and at fullback Andrew Walker. Jack Elsgood a surprise on the wing with Matt Singh. Ivan Cleary and Shane Rigon comes into the side for the injured Brandon Pearson. Brad Fittler is the captain and 5'8". Adrian Lamb the halfback. Lock forward Nigel Gaffey. Luke Ricketson and Scott Goulet in the second row. Hermanson, Barnhill and Sean Garlick comes back into the side. That pushes Benetti onto the bench, coached by Phil Gould.
The #1 game of the weekend. Deserving of the #1 referee. He blows the whistle. Walker starts us. Manly with first use. Gillespie knows about pressure football. Pulled down on the 20-metre line. A little mousetrap there from the Manly team. A bit of St George from Manly. Carroll ran into a brick wall. Now for Gardner, who was fairly well contained, I thought, last weekend. Sedaris back, looking for an early kick. Field in the run-on side. The kick bouncing or not bouncing. Walker plucking it out of the air. Slipping in the sodden conditions. We've had a lot of rain in Sydney. Now a penalty. They're inside the 10, the Eagles. Sedaris trying to push Kalella through a gap. They're just outside the 40-metre line. Sedaris chooses to go with Menzies and away from Tuvey. Then he goes back for Tuvey. The bounce of the ball on the ground, and Field is in space. He's got the fullback to beat.
Oh!
Penalty goes to Manly.
Brilliant footwork there from the little halfback. There was the nudge for Jeff Tuvey, and now he gets collared. But that's what it is, it's a collaring.
Yeah, it's a grab more than anything. Craig Field's had a great start to this game today. He hasn't started in a match for quite a while.
Penalty right in front. 30 metres out. Right in front, that's where it happened. In the position that Matthew Ridge was last year. 30 out, 7.5 gone in front. Kicking towards the big screen. And the kick is just inside. Manly, first points, 2-0.
And the scrum 10 metres out.
Field, cross to the eastern side. Hill, out of the tackle. Back in field, 22 tries for the year, looking for 23. Sedaris, mile offside, Walker. Barnhill and Goulet. Tuvey. Decoys everywhere, Tuvey. Heavy work by Fittler. Sedaris. Innes. Sydney City are on the ropes. Tuvey. Field. Little dance there. And then away for Gardner. The run around the support from Fielder. That would have been 23. Terry Hill has put it down.
And Terry Hill only had to catch it, draw Jack Elsgood, and his winger scores.
A look of confidence on the face of Craig Field. Carroll takes Innes up with him. And Gaffey it is that has to take Carroll high, ball and all. But Manly, they take it inside the 10. Tierney. Quality run by the big man. Now Tuvey from the right, back to the left. Innes gets the ball away. Oh! The pass was ill-directed. Hopewadi could have put it over.
That's the second try they've bombed in the space of about 3 minutes, Manly. They took it to the centre of the field with 2 forwards. Then Jeff Tuvey comes from one side of the ruck to the other. And if the pass hits him on the chest, he scores. Hopewadi took his eyes off the football anyway.
What about the territory breakdown, Peter? It would be reading out at some massive percentage in favour of Manly.
Well, for the last 10 minutes, it's been at the other end of the field. This is the first time the Sydney City Roosters have been in the Manly half with a set of 6 up their sleeve. We've got 100 tackles for the Roosters up against 63 for their opposition, so that shows just what kind of pressure the Tricolours have been under. An enormous relief for them to be at this end of the field as Fittler tries to weave some magic. Rigon runs a good angle.
Talking of enormous relief, it's also an enormous relief to look at the scoreboard and only be 2 points behind. Fletcher out in the centre of the ground. About 15 minutes of the first half to go. Ricketson. Down in the members' court. Garlick. Lamb. Barnhill. Lamb. Got it back. Walker. Now. Rigon. And a look at Moore and Hill driving in.
Ah, good defence. Good semi-final defence that. And they've come up. Not a mistake, but just some good hard driving defence.
45 degrees back to central. Lions across and then a diving take by Cleary. Back to the 20. Hermanson. Met by Carroll. Fittler. Ricketson. Halfway. 2-0. Manly. Eighth minute they got the penalty. Goulet. What's his tackle count? Not as high as I would have thought. In fact, look at Ricketson. He's up at 23 now, Ricketson. Brad Fittler. Plenty of time to kick. Oh, a mistake! They're over the line! Oh, Danny Moore! How embarrassing! The ball popped up out of the ground like molten lava, and Sydney City have got themselves a try.
Well, can you believe it? It's a funny old, cruel old game, rugby league. Again, not the kind of kick that they were necessarily after. It was a pretty easy catch for Danny Moore. Oh, it's just popped up. He just said, here, Jack, take this one through. All the pressure in this game so far has been Manly's way. And completely against the run of play for mine. They should lead by 4, the Roosters.
And they do. 6 points to 2. Sydney City over Manly.
Well, it's been said that Andrew Walker is a confidence player. I remember reading an article during this week where apparently he had a pretty poor first 40 minutes in a game recently, and the coach, Phil Gould, said to him at halftime, look, you've got nothing to prove, just go out and enjoy it. I think it'll be the same message.
Now Tuvey putting his foot down. There was a big tackle there from Nathan Wood on Carroll. Here's a penalty to Manly. Well, it's been coming.
And he raised the knee, tripped. Must have gone close to going to the bin.
Nevin from in front. He got one from there at the 8th minute, and he's got another at around about 36th minute. Fittler. Moore. Danny with a big run. And that's the end of the first half. Just the one try. Jack Elstood got it. It was an incredible passage of play. There is one big battle for the right to play in the grand final next week. Manly are down by 2 points. Certainly had the better of it, but luck has favoured Sydney City. 6-4 as we go into the second half. In front of a respectable crowd at the Sydney Football Stadium. Sydney City against the odds are in front. And Hermanson, Kiwi international. Fittler. We haven't seen him or Adrian Lamb. Maybe Lamb once. Given an opportunity to show us what they can do. Oh, that was a chance. It's still a chance. Wigan pulled down 8 metres away. This is the last. Hermanson. Now Lamb. Freddie Fittler. Did he get it down?
couple of little fortunate bounces here off the arms of Barnhill into that of Rigon. Danny Moore's conceded a try, but he saved one here as well. And then Brad Fittler, well...
Walker, good run. Excellent run! That's not a run, it's a marathon! Walker got it away! They bonded now!
That's Dale Shearer who's dropped the football. And I know that it might sound very strange after what was a superb run from Andrew Walker, but just his little feint at dummy half to put both the markers off was absolutely superb.
This was him. And still had the presence to take a look. Lions, they run angles. Gardner on the 30-metre line. Down by 2. Manly trying to recapture the lead. Kalila. Innes is going to score. Innes is over. Second try. What a piece.
Well, this has been quite a remarkable start to the second half. We've seen more breaks and half breaks in the last 5 minutes than we saw in the first 40. He busted through 3 tackles, offloaded. Craig Innes too strong to stop from there.
And that all came after the Roosters' mistake. Walker threw the ball. It wasn't controlled by Dale Shearer, who just come onto the field. And Kalela's had a great game out there today.
Now, on its way and grazing the side of the uprights. 8 points to 6. Manly recaptures the lead. Send it down for Manly to bring it back. Tuvey coming away for Gardner to cross the 20. Tuvey again, this time for Carroll. The veteran Dale Shearer there in 24 had a chance to put it over the line.
Steve Roach, I'm assuming with Dale Shearer out there is a problem with Shane Rigon.
Yeah, it's a strained calf or torn. They're just going to give him another 5 minutes. He's got ice on it now to see if he can take any more part in the game.
On the halfway line now. Field puts it precisely down in the corner. Walker's going to have to try and get it back. Will he make it? Yes!
Walker's head has hit something hard.
I think it's Craig Field that's down with him, is it? Or
It's Terry Hill. He's gone straight into his side.
melted into one another. And not a laughing matter. Terry's clutching, as you can see, at the lower ribs. Andrew coming off. Had a session as hooker. And he's about to show his versatility. What's the story, Stephen?
Yeah, concussion for Walker, and also Terry Hill having problems with his hip at the moment, so they've obviously clashed.
Goulet. Now Benetti gets a taste of the final. And penalty. There might be more to come.
Yeah, I think it's Jim Sidaris who actually lifted. Neil Tierney was in the tackle as well.
So on replay, and it would seem that Neil Tierney has got no problems. Jim Sidaris, I don't think he had the hand in the crotch area, as they call it.
No, that's the one saving grace in the tackle, was the fact that the arms were around the man that he was tackling, so the actual technique was fine.
Tierney. Playing against a couple of his old teammates. Goulet, Barnhill, Walker. Just inside the 30-metre line. Tuvey again. Running from dummy half. And it's a penalty to Manly. Well within kicking distance.
I'll be very interested to have a look at this one again. Fletcher is the man that was penalised. If he gets up to play it. Fletcher's the man at the back, and I just think that it's accidental. This will be the best view of it. He didn't. The referee said that he scooped his feet up from under him. That certainly didn't happen.
20 metres out, and he's hit it beautifully. Manly, they enlarge now, 10 points to 6. Lamb pulled down by the collar. It was Calella or Carroll, they were both there. And now Walker. Towering kick, bouncing down to the goal mouth. Nevin comes back and falls at the feet of Ricketson. Only the wingers back there. Hopewati. A game that hasn't come to him today. Gardner, 25 away from his own line. Barnhill reels away from the tackle, hurt. Field. Lyons cuts out Menzies. Hill gets on the outside. Now he puts Big Danny Moore down the right. Moore goes back in. He finds Menzies. Menzies is on his way. Menzies is over. 14 to 6. Menzies is back in the winner's circle.
They've come up with a beauty here, and the Roosters got caught out wide in defence. The quality of the Cliff Lyons pass, as we freeze it there, you can see that this man has allowed his player to get on the outside, and that creates the overlap and play continues. Terry Hill drew Jack Elsgood. Danny Moore flies away. He heads back in field, which was very, very good play to commit Andrew Walker and to set up Steve Menzies. Matt Singh did a valiant job coming from the far side of the field. But Menzies, he scored something like 71 tries now in only 100 games. It's a fair strike rate, isn't it? And Adrian Lamb was the man caught out by Terry Hill's speed.
Yeah, great ball there from Cliff Lyons. He put it right on the outside of Terry Hill, allowed him to keep going on that angle. I'm just wondering why Jack Elsker was back so far. He hadn't come back up into the line. And Matt Singh, well, he couldn't have possibly saved that one.
And Shannon Nevin gets the extra 2. Now the gap widened to 10 points.
Just have a look at this tackle count. Rabs, Roosters win the ball. 235 they've been forced to make against 165. That's 70 tackles. That's another 11 and a bit sets of 6.
Yeah, exactly. And it would be almost impossible to think that a team with that deficit could win any game. The mere fact that they've been in the game for as long as they have, and they still are, is even more incredible. Singh then. Put down by Innes. As the Roosters cross the halfway line again. This is Gaffey playing it back for Nathan Wood. Away on the left for Walker. Jack Elsgood is after it. Ball bouncing, Elsgood! Elsgood! Oh, he is a miracle worker! He is a miracle worker! How could he possibly do it?
Well, he's done it, and the Roosters are back. It's come another try from a kick. And can you believe it? He's onside. That's one thing in their favour. Now no one goes for the kick. Danny Moore hangs off it. Could he have got there? Probably not, no. It was just the perfect kick. He got the great bounce and then the strength to get over the line from Jack Elsgood.
So another former Manly player tries to convert, but he's wide. 6 points the margin. 12 to go. Tooby to the 20 before Sidaris, and then Kalila. Tremendous effort by this young 22-year-old Kalila, but none better than their captain. Now, here it comes. In flight. Oh, it's back in the field of play. And look at that. Look at that for lots of fortune. And guess who it is?
Well,
it's
no, he's
Anthony
offside.
Kalila. There's the penalty.
Yeah, the only way that could have been play on it had it been touched by a Rooster. But Shannon Nevin, there's virtually no one behind him, and Gartner's standing there right in front of the posts.
So, thankfully, the touch judge on the western side spotted the offside player.
I think it's been a mistake made, but it's a knock-on against Manly. So the Roosters, a bit of fortune.
Oh, Phil can't believe it.
Well, Dale Shearer's trying to offload in a situation where he didn't have to. That's a good ball from Hermanson, but he shouldn't be trying to offload here. Rowdy, he just lost it, did he?
He just lost it.
Sydney City need a converted try. Walk out, put down by Innes. Now Matt Singh. Thought for a moment that Kilnella had just capped a dream of a game. Wood. Fiddler, a dummy half. Lamb on now for Gaffey. Menzies underneath him, and Gaffey's on the 10-metre line as he prepares to play it, and does. Goulet! Goulet's over! He's over under the post! We are heading for 16-all!
And what about how soft it was? Manly have been absolutely superb in defence, and Scott Goulet, he just takes him on straight through Carroll. Carries Nevin over, and, well, extra time coming our way, maybe.
No, he's had a great game, Scott Goulet. The marker dropped off. You know, look at the video. Colella, maybe he should have kept chasing there. Nevin was hundreds and missed by Mark Carroll, I think it was. And his career has been rejuvenated the last 6 months. He's played some outstanding football, Scott Goulet.
Well, I saw the last 10 minutes of the North Newcastle game yesterday. That's all I got to see, and it was unbelievable.
Well, there's your answer. 16 points all, with 6.5 minutes to go. I don't know about you guys, but if you can tear the man of the match check in half, you wouldn't be out of order with those two Manly players I just mentioned, if in fact it is a Manly award. Now Sidaris.
Well, they did poorly there, the Roosters. They got a bad kick away. They gave good field position immediately to Manly. Third tackle now. Colella takes it inside 30. They're going to have a real good shot at a field goal if they want to take one.
Nevin is up standing behind the ruck. Tuvey says for Carroll to give it one more. Now he looks around for Nevin. The dummy half runs himself. Tuvey, 7 metres out on 5. Nevin's way back. Here he is. There's the shot. There's the shot.
He's missed it.
And he's missed it. They won't get any easier for Shannon Nevin.
No, he had time, and more than anything, he had space. He's just hooked it. Oh, Rabbi, you're on the first tee.
Right in the centre. Maybe they'll take an early shot. Tuvey wrestled down by Fiddler. Well, Fiddler's got his foot flat on the floor now. Moore. Tierney. Now let's survey him.
Well, Nevin's
Field.
he's a dummy half. So
Field is waiting. Field is the man. Field gets the kick in. David Nelson. He puts the hand up. Manly's in front.
Yeah, great kick from Craig Field, and with 2.5 minutes to go, you'd think they're on the way to another grand final. Their third in a row. He was only 10 metres out, right in front. The chase was good, but they just couldn't get there in time.
And how important was that lost ball from Sean Garlick?
Surely that must be the ball game. Danny Moore Jim Sedaris. They must just hang on to the ball. They're all looking up at the clock. 10 seconds to go. Cliffy Lyons. Barnhill puts him down. 2 seconds to go. Time. Manly goes to the grand final. They will defend their title against Newcastle here next weekend.